Little bit misleading in the sense that Qawi is very oddly built. Some would say as wide as he is tall. The height disadvantage has not been a problem for him in many past fights. The weight you can see just about equal, though of course as Alex pointed out, Spinks had to come down. The reach disadvantage, again, perhaps a bit of a mirage because Dwight Muhammad Qawi is a penetrating inside fighter. There is a good look at Qawi in his corner, once called Dwight Braxton. And here he comes to the middle of the ring to meet a fighter who doesn't back off, Leon Spinks. Round one of this scheduled 15-round bout for the WBA Junior Heavyweight Championship, and already they are mixing it up in a corner with Dwight Muhammad Qawi taking the offensive. If you weren't with us earlier, Qawi told us in the pre-fight interview yesterday that he would bring it right to Leon.
You see Qawi working behind that jab. He doesn't put punches together as often from the outside as he did as a light heavyweight. He takes his time, he's patient. Very tough to hit. Tucks that chin in behind his left shoulder. Leon should stay away from the ropes and away from the corners like his brother Michael did in winning an easy decision over Qawi.
It's interesting to note that Qawi's style has caused many to identify him as a brawler. He says that is categorically wrong, that he is in fact a counterpuncher. Right now, Leon is taking the offensive and scoring with more punches.
Punch that Qawi loves to throw is the right counter punch. And you see Leon carrying that left very low. He is open for that right hand. As for Spinks, because of Dwight's crouching attack, the uppercut he throws so well with the right hand would be a good punch. Again, Leon in the corner.
Qawi landed a good left in that exchange, and there the right uppercut got through the defense.
Than is his normal style here. I don't know how to read that. It either could be that he thinks he's weak at the weight and wants to pace himself, but if he was weak, I think he would come out and try to end it very quickly, not do this. This may mean that he thinks he's strong and can go the distance.
Hard to believe, for me, Alex, perhaps not for you, that it's been 8 full years now since that night in Las Vegas when he dethroned Muhammad Ali. Qawi landing the right. Leon another one.
Right now, you'd have to say Leon just is dead at this weight. He has no legs to move away. He has very little zip in his punches at this point.
Counting down toward the latter stages of round one. So far, it has been Dwight Muhammad Qawi's round.
Low blow by Qawi. Mills Lane told him about it.
Referee is Mills Lane, a familiar figure in Nevada boxing. Now, as round one comes to a close, it has been a good opening round for Dwight Muhammad Qawi. Just beginning. Very quickly, let's get through the rules. We've already told you that Mills Lane is the referee. There are 3 judges who score on a 10-point must system. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. You can't be saved by the bell except in the last round, and there is no standing 8 count here. It is scheduled for 15 rounds. The ring is 20 feet by 20 feet. They are wearing 10-ounce gloves.
Both these fighters like to work on the inside. They're both very effective on the inside, but I would think the way to beat Dwight Muhammad Qawi is to move, the way Michael Spinks proved to his brother when he fought him.
So far, Leon has shown no inclination to do that. Qawi again got a right uppercut through the defense.
I'm not sure Leon has the legs to move. I think he might have to stand here and just battle it out like this, toe-to-toe. No mobility whatsoever on the part of either fighter. Qawi is just eating him up on the inside. I think he's hurt a little bit right here, Jim.
has had all the advantage.
Leon just can't wait to the inside as he is. He can't sit there and let Qawi pick him apart.
Another right hand got through. And
another low blow by Qawi.
So far, Mills Lane is watching the head of Leon Spinks as Qawi rips shots to it.
Leon just won't throw that uppercut inside that I think could be effective with Qawi. Qawi just putting his head on Leon's chest and working away.
Leon had 5 straight wins in 1985. This is all Qawi right now. We're only in the second round.
Already Leon's mouth is bloody. He is taking tremendous punishment.
The beginning of round 3 of this WBA junior heavyweight fight. Leon Spinks trying to mount an offense against Dwight Qawi, who has clearly won the first 2 rounds. In fact, the second round, if you were paying strict attention to the 10-point must system, might have been scored by some a 10-8 round, though most judges don't do that in the absence of a knockdown. There have been no knockdowns so far, but Leon Spinks has absorbed a lot of punishment, standing against the ropes as he is doing again right now.
Leon already breathing very, very heavily. Qawi is not exactly taking this without any punishment. He's been hit. He's thrown a lot of punches, and we're seeing a lot of his mouthpiece as well.
Incidentally, Leon, who has experienced more management changes than the Kremlin in the past few years, now works out of the Kronk gym in Detroit. So familiar to all of you who are fight fans.
He is only trained by Emmanuel Stewart and Dave Collins out of that gym. He is managed by Marv Huff and Sam LaFada. And in terms of taking this fight, Emmanuel Stewart was dead set against Leon Spinks coming down to 190 pounds. It was his opinion that Leon could not retain any strength and power at this weight. He wanted him to stay at a 200-pound heavyweight, or at a minimum come down to 195 pounds and fight for the WBC or IBF version of this title.
So far, it looks like Emmanuel Stewart was right. We'd like to alert our local stations along the line that we'll be taking a station break at the end of this round.
Leon just took a devastating right to his left side from Qawi. He is fighting really on hard here. He is hurt.
Qawi loading up the right hand time and time again and teeing off. A left and a right, they both landed. It's remarkable that Leon can absorb this kind of punishment.
There are a number of Spinks relatives sitting right behind us. They're all shouting to Leon, box, move. They have to realize that he is just incapable physically of doing this at this time.
We're near the end of the third round of a fight which has so far been a lopsided bout in favor of the champion, Dwight Qawi. We'll be back with more of ABC's Wide World of Sports after this word from your local stations. On the much-punished Leon Spinks.
For the first time I saw as he came out of his corner, the champion took a deep, deep breath. He has been working very, very hard, and he may be running out of gas a little bit, lugging around those 15 extra pounds. Both fighters working very hard.
Two more uppercuts have gotten through the defense. There's another one.
Leon cannot have any leverage leaning backward on the ropes like that. He can connect, but he has to be arm punching. Here's the first move Leon's made of the fight. He just spun around, got off the ropes, and scored a couple of times with some measuring jabs.
It was at best a tentative move, and now he's backing up toward the ropes again.
But this is exactly what he wanted to do, what you're seeing right here. Whether he can sustain it or not, I don't know. A little bit of movement, a little bit of a jab. You see, he can't sustain it. He has to go back and sit on the ropes. The fight plan was to do what you just saw Leon do for 20 seconds and try to do it for 15 rounds. Again, the Spinks family behind us giving Leon excellent advice. Let it go. Let his hands go.
Best flurry of the fight for Leon, who landed 2 lefts. And now Qawi is sticking his tongue out of him, taunting him. You can't hurt me. And Qawi came back with a brutal right. He is laughing at Leon Spinks, but so did Muhammad Ali. That, of course, was a different time and place.
And a different Leon Spinks, yes. What a tremendous heart Leon has. We talked about the desire of both people. Leon Spinks just is extraordinary.
And Qawi, of course, like so many champions, is the classic rags to riches story. First dabbled in boxing while he was serving a 5.5-year hard time stint in the Rahway State Prison in New Jersey. Learned to box in Joe Frazier's gym in Philadelphia. Became a world champion. The only loss in his career, which remains unavenged, was that to Michael Spinks, that cost him the light heavyweight championship.
And you can believe that that is an incentive to him here today. He still wants to get Michael back in the ring.
It is still all Qawi as round 4 comes to a close. We'll be back. Round 5 in Reno, Nevada. Leon Spinks began to show sporadic signs of life in round 4. But so far, if you're scoring the bout, you almost certainly would give the first 4 rounds to the champion, Dwight Muhammad Qawi.
Emanuel Stewart and his corner felt that if Leon could last 3 or 4 rounds and get into the fight, he had a good chance to win. He has lasted those rounds, but he really hasn't gotten into the fight as yet.
I wonder if Stewart thought that he would absorb quite as much punishment as he has in those first 4 rounds.
If you're looking for a reason besides his heart as to why Leon has been able to take this amount of punishment, don't forget he's used to taking the punches of a heavyweight. He is now taking the punches of a junior heavyweight and a man many feel is just a grown-up light heavyweight. Those punches are scoring and scoring often.
Leon still has not found a defense for the uppercut. Almost all of them are landing. Qawi dabbles occasionally with the body, but mostly he is staying upstairs.
Qawi has been down this road before. When he won the championship as Dwight Braxton against Matthew Saad Muhammad, he was in with another fighter, tremendous heart, who took everything he had for many rounds. He stayed patient, he picked his shots, he took his time, and eventually won both fights with knockouts.
Qawi again, momentarily, they're taunting Leon as he wiggled and dropped his hands and then poured an uppercut through the Spinks defense.
And Leon's inability to take advantage of that is testimony to Qawi's ability to take a punch and also to Leon's inability to deliver one.
Remember, if you weren't with us earlier, 3 months ago, Leon Spinks fought at the heaviest weight at which he's ever fought, 213 pounds. Today, he fights at the lightest weight at which he's ever fought as a professional. That in itself is a difficult transition.
By 4 pounds, the lightest he's ever weighed. And he's really paying a terrible price for that battle to get down to 190 pounds.
Much of this so far has been target practice for Qawi.
Leon better start responding. I don't think he's hurt, but Mills Lane's going to take a long look at a fight as one-sided as this.
We near the end of the 5th round. I believe 5 rounds for Qawi, none for Spinks. Back live in Hollywood, Alex Wallow, round 6, WBA Junior Heavyweight Title fight. Leon Spinks against Dwight Muhammad Qawi. Qawi, 33 years old, 25, 2-1 with 14 knockouts. Spinks, 32 years old, 17, 4-2 with 11 knockouts.
Qawi is old in years, but he's not really old in terms of boxing because he didn't start until he was 25 years old when he was released from Rahway State Prison in New Jersey. He had no amateur career whatsoever, as we pointed out. If you miss the first 5 rounds, you're looking at an instant replay. Leon Spinks on the ropes for the most part. Qawi dominating the action.
Blood continues to flow from Spinks' mouth. Qawi is so far unmarked and has at times taunted Spinks, laughed at him, stuck his tongue out at him at one point.
Dave Collins of the Kronk Gym in Leon's corner watching the action. They tried in between rounds to get Leon to move, to use the jab he just used right there. But they know better than anybody that saying and doing it are two very, very different things.
3 solid rights, make it 4 solid rights and a left by Qawi. And Leon, remarkably, steps up and throws leather himself.
And he's taunting as well.
You pointed out that he has taken the punches of many good heavyweights. He is attempting to say to Qawi, I've taken the best you can throw, and I'm still here.
One thing Leon should not do is paw with the jab as he did just then. He has to make every punch count. He only has so much stamina in him. He's got to rip with every punch. Don't just let punches go. Don't throw 10 punches to land 5 as he did early in his career. He has to really pick his shots the way Qawi is.
This is a textbook display of inside punching by Qawi against a Leon Spinks who has mounted very little defense.
And Mills Lane is looking very, very closely. Bleeding badly again from the mouth is Leon Spinks.
You can see the look of concern on Lane's face as he circles from right to left, trying to get a good view of the action in the corner. This is where most of the fight has taken place. 6 rounds.
This really is. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's all over.
Yes, sir.
Mills Lane has stopped the fight.
Yes, absolutely. He'd seen quite enough, and he steps over to Leon and shakes his head and says, I'm not going to let you try to take any more of that. So Dwight Muhammad Qawi has successfully defended his championship, and in another of the many crossroads fights in his career, Leon Spinks came up short. Technical knockout, 2 minutes, 56 seconds of the 6th round. There were no knockdowns in the bout. And that is a testimony to the heart and the courage of Leon Spinks.
Some idiot behind us yelled at Mills Lane. He only had 4 seconds to go in the round. Mills Lane did exactly the right thing. This is a look at the end. There was really nothing special in this. Mills Lane, I think, was really just looking for an excuse, waiting for a point where Leon didn't answer for a while to jump in.
Well, at this point, Leon hadn't answered for nearly a minute, I believe, except for that pawing right hand there. Bang, bang. And if you missed the early rounds, this is the way it was from the get-go. As one of the more devastating inside warriors in the sport, Dwight Muhammad Qawi showed his strength and retained his WBA Junior Heavyweight Championship. Bringing out on Nevada, where Dwight Muhammad Qawi has just scored a 6th round technical knockout over Leon Spinks to retain his WBA Junior Heavyweight title. There's the champion. He's in the ring with Alex Wallow.
Dwight, you said at the top of the show that you would jump on him right from the opening bell.
That's what I did. But, you know, he was planning on, he must have rocks in his shoes. He's a good fighter. Leon, I thought he was. I really did. Slightly shy. I said, man, going through losses and what have you, and letdowns. The man was shy. He was tricky. He was surviving and coming back. And I hit him with some shots that would took the bull out of it. But he came back and he was dangerous. I take my hat off to him. You know, he's a fighter, man.
You were taunting him, Dwight, during the fight. When did you realize that he couldn't hurt you?
Well, first, second, 1 or 2. He could hurt me, but he wasn't as devastating as the 2 hurt me. But he could hurt me, and I wasn't that careless. I was playing with him to make him expend himself, because I figured, right, I didn't want my work to be in vain. In order for your work to work, he got to work too, you know.
Back when you were light heavyweight champion, you told me you wouldn't fight a heavyweight unless you were able to do it with a ladder. Have you changed your mind about that?
Yeah, that's when I was a light heavyweight. As I told you before, I put on more weight naturally. I carry it good, and I'm strong with it. So I'm ready for the heavyweights. It don't have to be Michael. Matter of fact, I think Michael's too light for me. I think he won't be a good fight, because I'm going to crush him.
You were shouting at Evander Holyfield, the up-and-coming cruiserweight who was here at ringside, that he was next. How do you assess that fight?
Well, we ain't looking so much for Evander. Evander looking for me. So I told him that he's seeing his action, don't back out. You know what I mean? Come on, make me a payday, and I'll teach him a good lesson.
Congratulations, Dwight.
Thank you.
Leon. Lee, this has to be a tremendous disappointment to you. How much of a factor was the weight loss?
Oh, it wasn't a bad factor of weight loss. Just the point that I hesitated a little too long. When I wanted to come back, I didn't come back on time. I should have.
You told your corner that you could beat him as a heavyweight.
I can beat him at that light at the cruiserweight too.
A little bit of pre-fight hype here with Dwight Braxton and Evander Holyfield. I can tell Dwight one thing. Evander Holyfield does not have a sense of humor about that kind of a thing. And he doesn't need any more motivation. Lee, I'm sorry. Where do you go from here, Leon? This is a comeback, obviously a setback for you. What do you plan to do from this point?
I'm going to keep going forward. I can't let them get me down. They try a little more hard. Take 1 step back, take 2 steps forward.
Well, whatever you do, the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leon. Evander, can we talk to you for 1 second? Your impressions from ringside about the champion, Dwight Muhammad Qawi.
Well, he didn't impress me more with his boxing ability. The thing is that Leon let him take the fight to him, and Leon fought his fight. So I'm not impressed with nothing. He didn't show me anything that I thought a champion should show me. But I take one fight at a time. I fight Ricky Parkey, and after that, I'll be ready to fight him, and I'll show him what a boxing is.
You're fighting Ricky Parkey here on April 6th on ABC. And after that, perhaps in July, you will fight Dwight Muhammad Qawi if everything goes according to plan. How will you fight him?
Well, I will use my boxing skill. I'll use the jab on. I keep the end of the jab. And I won't let him press me in the ropes. And so when he do take me in the rope, I'll show him that I can fight out the rope, because I'm all-around boxing. And I prove to people that I can do that. And by all this hype up, it really don't mean anything to me. I'm willing to show everybody what I can do when I get in the ring.
Good luck to you, and we'll see you on April 6th.
Thank you.
Thanks, Evander. Back to Jim Lampley.